So good morning students. In the last class we had discussed about the fertilization. Okay. How the fertilization, what is the site of fertilization and what are the different events are going to take place that we had studied. In the today's class we will go for the next topic, that is the implantation. What it is? It is the implantation. Okay. So here fertilization which takes place the oviduct. Okay, see here, fimbriate, oval. Only one part I will explain for implantation. So, this ova is going to release during ovulation. Okay, when this ova is going to be transported here at the ambulatory stomach junction, means when this ova is moved in this region, okay, at that time the sperm comes and leaves over here. Okay, see here, when this is haploid and sperm that is also haploid, it fuses to form a zygote, that is the diploid. Okay, one cell is, by fusion of two cells, one cell is going to form and that cell is the diploid cell. To this cell, what we can call means, we can call it as the zygote. Okay, so zygote, fertilization is taking place here in the oviduct. This is the oviduct or fallopian tube. This you know. This tube is either it is known as the oviduct or either it is known as the fallopian tube. Okay, at this region, fertilization is going to take place. After fertilization, zygote is going to form. Where is here only? This is the zygote. Somewhat bigger I will draw here. This is the zygote. What is this? Here fertilization is taking place. After fertilization, here the second event which is taking place in fallopian tube, that is the formation of zygote. Okay, as it is moving further in the fallopian tube, the division will take place. Okay, which division? That it is the mitosis division. Which division? Which division? See here, mitosis or mitotic division. Mitotic division starts dividing the zygote. Mitotic division means, which is also known as the equational division. Okay, where it is taking place? In fallopian tube. Where it is taking place? That is in the fallopian tube. So next, what happens means, this zygote further it will move and it will form two cell states. This event I will mention it as A, this one as B. When C, here the cell will divide into the two cells. Okay, two cells, then this is the C1. What is the D means? These two cells will divide into four cells. Okay, 2 cell, zygote, 2 cell, 4 cell. The next comes in E, where it is going to divide into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cells. How many cells? This is the 8 cell stage. After 8 cells, yes, here this is the next stage where 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cells. How many is this one? This is the 16 cell stage. Okay, I will explain here. First, in the fallopian tube, ova is going to release. After that, ova will form. After that, zygote is going to form. After that, this zygote will undergo the mitotic division. Here, what is going to take place? At this stage, the zygote will undergo into the mitotic division. Okay. After that, this cell will divide into 2 cells. And these cells, whatever the resulting 2 cells will be there, it will be of equal size. And these cells are known as the blastomeres. What this resulting cell, after division, whatever the cells are going to produce, that cells are known as the blastomeres. And this stage, you can call it as the 2-celled stage. Okay, then these 2 cells will further divide to form the 4 cells. And these 4 cells are all also equal sized, and this stage we can call it as the 4-celled stage. Okay, the next one here, this 4-cell stage further it will divide to form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cells. This is the 8-celled stage. After this 8-cell stage, next it will divide into, further it will divide to form the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. This is the 16-cell stage. And this 16-cell stage, we can call it as the morula. What it is? It is known as the morula. A ball of cells or a mass of cells you can see, and that stage we can call it as the morula. Which stage we can call it as the morula? To the 16-cell stage. Okay, 8 or 16-cell stage we can call it as the morula. Then again, this 16-cell stage, again it is going to divide to form 32-cell stage. 32-cell stage, and this 32-cell stage you can call it as the blastula. What it is? This is the blastula. Okay, this is the ova. Here fertilization, then zygote formation. The zygote will undergo mitosis, 2-cell stage, 4, 8, 16, 32-cell stage, which is known as the blastula. Where it is taking place, all this division, that is in the fallopian tube. As zygote is moving, it is going to move a division. And this division which is taking place here in the oviduct, this division we can call it as the cleavage. What it is known as? It is known as the cleavage. Okay. After that, after blastula, what happens? This blastula will change into the blastocyst. How it is going to change into the blastocyst? Let's see here. See. This is the blastula with the 32 cells are full mass of cell or ball of cells also we can say. So this stage we can call it as the blastula because many small cells and that small cells we can call it as the blastomeres. Like this. Okay, full mass of cell. What means this is the blastula. So what happens here? A cavity is going to form. Okay, within the blastula, a cavity is going to form. And see here how it will be. Some cells are going to arrange themselves into this event or into this blastula in this way. Like this. They are going to arrange themselves. Which cells? These all cells. Okay. So here they will leave a cavity, and the cavity in the blastula, it is known as the blastocyst. What is that cavity known as? It is known as the blastocyst. Okay. Then here some cells will become flattened and they will arrange themselves at the peripheral layer of the blastula. Okay. Otherwise, I will show with different color. This particular structure we can call it as the blastocyst. What it is? This is the blastocyst. Okay. Next, here after blastocyst, cells how it will be means. The cells which are present at the surrounding of this blastocyst, it will become flattened. How it will become? It will become flattened, and this layer of cells which are present at the peripheral layer or surrounding the blastocyst, these cells we can call it as the trophoblast cells. Which cells? These cells will become totally flattened and arrange themselves at the corner or at the peripheral layer. So these cells are known as the trophoblast cells. Okay, what are these cells are known as? See here, this is the blastula. Among cells, they will arrange themselves to form a cavity, and that cavity is known as the blastocyst. Okay, and this structure is known as blastocoel cavity name, and that structure is known as the blastocyst. After the formation of blastocyst, the cells will arrange themselves, and whatever the cells which are present at the or surrounding the blastocyst, that will become totally flattened, and that flattened cells are known as the trophoblast cells. What about the remaining cells which are present over here? They will be like that only. See, present within that blast layer, like this, and these cells which is present in the form of mass of cells, this particular cells we can call it as the inner cell mass. What it is? This is known as the inner cell mass. Okay, see here, trophoblast cells, whatever the mass of cells which are present in inner side of the trophoblast layer, that is known as the inner cell mass. Okay, why I am explaining about trophoblast cell and inner cell mass? You will come to know here. As you know, the uterus, it is made up of 3 wall layers. Okay, this is the perimeterium, and here it is the endometerium, and this middle is the myometerium. Okay, so as it is moving, here the blastocyst is formed. This is the blastocyst. Blastula, then blastocyst. Okay, this is the blastocyst. The next here you can say this cell has been, otherwise I will draw here. Here, these cells are trophoblast cell and these cells are inner cell mass. Okay, whatever the cells which are surrounding this blastocyst, it is inner cell mass, trophoblast cell, and this is the inner cell mass. When it attains in this form, what happens means the blastocyst will get embedded into the uterine wall. Which into uterine wall? That is the endometerium. This is the endometerium, and this is the uterus. Altogether, this we can call it as the uterus. Here I will draw. Okay, so this is the uterus. Inside this one, what happens the next means, this structure of blastocyst gets embedded into the endometerium lining of uterus. Okay, it will get attached. How means? Here, the trophoblast layer gets attached to the endometerium lining. See here, these are the trophoblast cells. It is going to attach in this way. As you know, these blue color cells are trophoblast cells. So these trophoblast cells get embedded into which layer? It is the endometerium of the uterus. Understanding? Okay. This layer, it's totally get embedded, and remaining cells, that it is these cells, inner cell mass, these cells will further undergo into the development for the formation of embryo. Whatever the tissues, organs in the embryo or in the fetus, that is going to form by these cells. What are these cells? Inner cell mass. Okay, this inner cell mass further develop into the embryo. Okay, a formation of embryo or development of embryo. Okay, so after attachment the endometrium lining, what happens the next means, whatever the cells which are located, which are present in this endometrium lining, that cells, what they will do, they will cover, they will engulf that particular trophoblast layer or particular blastocyst. See here, whatever the cells which are present in the endometrium lining, that cells gets surrounded. These are the cells of endometrium. So these cells are totally surrounding the what? Surrounding the blastocyst, and they are taking inside the uterus or endometrium lining. Understand? Okay. So here once again I will tell you. First, trophoblast cells get embedded into the endometrium lining. Okay. Then this inner cell mass is further developed into the embryo. Okay. Except that these cells, these are the endometrium cells or the uterine cells. What are the cells? These cells are the uterine cells. These cells, what they will do means, they will cover totally to the blastocyst. They will cover and they will take in the endometrium. Sorry, take in inside the endometrium. This whole structure is going to engulfed by the uterine wall layer. Okay, so as a result, the blastocyst embedded into what? Into this layer. That layer that is in the endometrium, and this process we can call it as the implantation. Okay, where the blastocyst is totally attached to the uterine wall. Which is that uterine wall? That it is the endometrium. Okay, or otherwise sometimes they will last for 1 month. What do you mean by implantation? Okay, the process of attachment of blastocyst inside the endometrium of uterus, that it is known as the implantation. See here. Blastocyst becomes embedded. Blastocyst becomes embedded in the endometrium of the uterus, in the endometrium of the uterus. This process of embedding or attachment of blastocyst in the endometrium of uterus is known as the implantation. Implantation. This will ask for 1 month. What is implantation? Implantation leads to the pregnancy. Okay, fertilization, cleavage, all this division we can call it as the cleavage. Next, implantation. Here I explained about the implantation. After implantation, the pregnancy will start. Okay, so let's see further. See, this implantation leads to the pregnancy. Okay, the next this is about the fertilization and implantation. Next we will see about the pregnancy and embryonic development. So pregnancy, when it is going to attain? After implantation. Okay. So here, after implantation, some finger-like projections are going to appear. After implantation means where uterine wall layer or endometrium layer is going to embedded by whom? That is by the blastocyst. So after implantation, what happens? Whatever the trophoblast cell will be there, that is going to form a finger-like projections. Okay, and that finger-like projections are known as the chronic villi. What it is known as? It is known as the chronic villi. See here, after implantation, finger-like projections, finger-like projections appear on the trophoblast cells or trophoblast layer, and that particular finger-like projections are known as the chronic villi. Okay, how it will be? I will show you here. procedure. After implantation, finger-like projections appears on the trophoblast layer. So in the last session, you had studied about how the trophoblasts are going to form. Okay, so here the trophoblast layer will form some finger-like projections like this. And these finger-like projections are known as the chronic villi. Okay, this chronic villi is surrounded by the placental tissues and the maternal blood. What? It is surrounded by what? It is surrounded by, uterine tissues and the maternal blood. Here, the chronic villi surrounded by uterine tissues and maternal blood. Maternal blood means the mother's blood. Okay. Uterine tissues means whatever the uterus will have the tissues that is going to surround that all villi. Which one? This villi. Here it is surrounded by what? By some of the uterine tissues and some of the maternal blood. Okay. So here it is surrounded by uterine tissues and the maternal blood, and here the chronic villi and uterine tissue becomes integrated with each other. Okay, you can see here this uterine tissues and the chronic villi, they are going to totally embedded with each other. Okay, totally they are going to mix up with each other to form a structure or to form an organic connection between mother and the embryo, and that structure is this one that we are calling it as the placenta. What it is? That it is the placenta. Here you see chronic villi are surrounded by uterine tissue and maternal blood. Okay, the chronic villi and uterine tissue. Here, chronic villi and uterine tissue gets interdigitated with each other, and jointly they will form a structure, form a structural and functional unit, form a structural and functional unit, and that unit which is present between embryo and maternal body, and that it is known as this particular structure which is going to form. Here you see uterus. This is the uterus which is of the maternal body or mother's body. Okay, here this is the uterine tissue of mother. Okay, and here some of the blood of mother, they are going to form a structure. This is the structure. This is a connection between the, you can see here, there is a connection. To what? This connection between the mother and the, which is supplying or which is forming a connection between the mother and the embryo, that is known as the umbilical cord. Okay, so how it is connected to the placenta? This whole structure we can call it as the placenta, which is disc shaped. Okay, which is disc shaped. This structure we can call it as the placenta. How the placenta is going to form? That only I am explained here. First of all, around the trophoblast cell, finger-like projections are going to appear, and that is known as the chronic villi. These chronic villi are surrounded by the maternal blood and the uterine tissue, Okay, then the chronic villi uterine tissue get interdigited, means they are going to form into one structure. What? Chronic villi and maternal villi. Totally they will mix up and they will form one structure. And what is that structure is known as? It is known as the placenta. Okay, you can see here, this is the placenta. So placenta plays a very important role during the embryonic development because the food is going to reach to the placenta from the mother's body, then to the embryo through a connection that is known as the umbilical cord. Okay, that is known as the umbilical cord. So placenta has very important role as it supplies the oxygen and nutrients to the developing embryo. Because whatever the mother is supplying the oxygen or nutrients, it is not going to directly supplied to the embryo. But first it is supplied to the placenta, then to the embryo. Okay, placenta is going to supply to the embryo, not directly from the mother's digestive system. It is going to transfer to the embryo. Okay, so here the placenta. Sometimes in ask the functions of placenta. Here the placenta firstly it supplies oxygen and nutrients to embryo. This is one function. Second function, it also removes the carbon dioxide and waste or excretory products. Okay, it removes the carbon dioxide, waste and excretory products of whom? Of the embryo. Whatever, see, if the embryo is inhaling the oxygen, means it will release the carbon dioxide. Who is going to take that oxygen to the embryo? That is the placenta. Who is going to take away that carbon dioxide to the outside or to the mother's blood? Means that is the placenta. These are the two functions. Except these, the placenta is connected to the embryo through a umbilical cord, which helps in the transportation of substances from the mother to the embryo. Okay, so one more function is there that I will explain in the next class. Okay, thank you.